All right. Well, we are completely sold out of comics. At least comics people actually want.
Whoa, did you really sell every single comic? I didn't think that many people were Light Force fans.
Oh, the trailer has over 1 million views.
You did a great job, Blake. I mean, selling the comics is really gonna help the cafe.
I mean, Taylor, you don't need me to sell the comics, okay? I'm sure your tablet could have done a better job than me.
Another existential crisis?
Yeah, I think this is the 4th one this year.
Mrs. Kirby, I just don't think I belong here. I mean, everyone is doing awesome stuff. Because Taylor, she's got the whole online ordering thing, right? You're good with the mathy stuff. Mason, he's great at making smoothies and he doesn't even work here. I mean, all I do is just pack orders.
Blake, you have such an important role here. Your love of comics is why we transformed this place.
Okay, but Mr. Kirby said that me working here would help me with my comic book, right? It's not working. And I don't know, I just feel like my story doesn't matter.
Okay, Blake, let's pretend a customer is coming in to buy some comic books. Do they usually only buy one book?
Well, I mean, even if they did, I'm sure they'd come back for the next issue.
And why do you think that is?
People like reading about exciting adventures and cool characters.
That's a good answer, but I think it's because of this.
To be continued.
That's how every single comic ever made ends.
So people come back to get the next book so that they can find out how the story continues.
Exactly. The story isn't over after 1 or 2 comics, and each individual book might have a suspenseful ending, but that's not the end of the entire story.
Okay, that's great. I'm not part of some epic story.
Actually, you are, Blake. And so are you, Taylor. And so am I. God started his story when he created our whole world. And it started out really good, but then people started to do wrong things, and then we got separated from him.
And that's why God sent his son Jesus, so that we could be connected with him again.
Exactly, Taylor. God's story is all about making things right again. And we get to be right in the middle of that story until he returns again someday.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. But where do I fit into God's story?
I think I know. Mrs. K, you told me that God made us the way that we are for a reason. He wants us to be a part of his story. And he's given us special talents and abilities to do that.
Really?
Absolutely, Blake. God made you a great artist, and he brought you here when the cafe needed it the most. And you make our customers feel so welcome, and you help them pick out good comic books.
Mason keeps coming here because he likes being your friend. And if it weren't for you and Bree, I probably still wouldn't have any friends.
Don't give up, Blake. You belong here, and you're part of God's story even if you don't understand it yet.
Okay. Thanks, guys. You know, I'm glad to be here. And I won't give up on my comic book.
Blake, sir, I was sitting next to Ricky at lunch and he has the craziest light force theory. It is going to blow your mind.
I need to see this.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I've read some pretty crazy theories in the comics.
This is the best one by far. So, in the trailer, that girl that appears, he's saying that that's Vanguard's sister, and that shimmer effect around.
Maybe you did get some ideas from here, Blake.